Hey, good morning. How y'all doing? It is Well Red Beard. It's a damn fine day to talk about some books. And today we are here for my March 2025 wrap up, where I show you all the books I read in order of least, lowest ranked to highest ranked, least enjoyable to most enjoyed. Now, some of this stuff is weird. I'll give you an example. I read To Kill a Mockingbird this month. And it is like in the middle of the pack for me. It's a great book, it really is. But I mean, I'd already read it, and some of these things like were brand new to me and kind of knocked me on my ass. And I don't know. Like I don't know how that should play out. I mean, is To Kill a Mockingbird one of the best books of all time? I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, it's probably not in my top 10. I mean, I I like it quite a bit, but I don't know. The reason I'm saying that is because it feels weird that like a book like Anya Allborn's Seed is in my stack in front of To Kill a Mockingbird. But that's what it is. That's how this thing is goes, I guess. So whatever. I read 17 books this month. That might be a record. I hit a stride. I mean, the month was really good as far as knocking out books. I mean, did some short ones, did some long ones, did some classics, did some um just a bit of this and that, some nonfiction, some fiction, a little bit of everything, and yeah, it was some poetry. So I mean, I did not set out to read 17 books. To be honest with you, I kind of figured I'd have around 10. But the month was a long month. It was 31 days, and I'm at this. I've said this multiple times, but I'm at this weird place where my life is changing. Again, I have a 20-year-old in college. I have a 17-year-old in high school slash college, but they're kind of doing their own thing, and that whole I spent 20 years with the primary focus being parenthood, and while the focus is still parenthood, I've got more free time on my hands. So, and we're not really at the place like where, I mean, don't get me wrong, they can take care of themselves, but if I'm sitting here reading a book, I'm still available, right? Like if they need something, I mean, God forbid something goes wrong. I mean, whereas eventually they're going to be really out on their own, and me and the wife will start taking more trips and shit like that, and really moving into the third part, third act of our lives. So that's where I'm at. But I read 17 books, and it was a fucking great month. So I had a few books here I gave 2 stars. I only had one book I gave 5 stars to. So again, when I made this stack, when I pulled because these all sit right here behind me, um, until the month ends, and then I bring them here and I talk about them, and then I can go put them alphabetically or whatever into the shelf. So, because I always shoot this end of the month video. So what I'm saying is, I did not look at my Goodreads rankings when making this stack. Is it possible that a book I gave 3 stars is really kind of up in with the 4 stars? It's possible. But again, my opinions on books are constantly changing. So if I put it in front of another book today, well, that's where my mind is today, I guess. So let's do this. I read Pieces of Hate by Tim Levin. This is a short novella. It is a limited edition out of 450 signed copies. It's from Necessary Evil Press. I'm a fan of Levin's work. I've read some other of his books that I really liked. This one just didn't really do it for me. I mean, it's about a couple of immortal-ish beings, kind of chasing each other across the centuries. It's in a pirate theme. It's got a pirate background to it. It just, I mean, nothing wrong with it. Just didn't love it. It was just okay, which is what 2 stars means. I 2 stars to Palmetto by Anya Alborn. I've read 5 of her books. This is a novella. The rest of them have been novels. I have 4 star or better, liked all the novels. This one just didn't really do it for me. It's some insect horror, it's some motherhood postpartum type stuff. But yeah, 2 stars to that. I finally, after all these years, got to The Loose, and I'll say the Loose sequel to The Exorcist, Legion by William Peter Blatty. It was just okay for me, and I have, it was kind of funny because that's the way I feel about Son of Rosemary. I loved Rosemary's Baby. I loved The Exorcist. Two of probably top five, if not top five, top 10 horror novels for me of all time. And in both cases, the sequels have fallen really flat for me. So this is Legion, William Peter Blatty, 2 stars. All right, so from there we are going to break into my 3 star reads. Um, this one was close. White Horse by Erica T. Worth. There were many points in this. To be honest with you, reading through this book, it was a 2 star read. It might still be a 2 star read because I have not officially reviewed it yet. But there were a couple things in there that redeemed it for me, and I'm going to talk about them in a review down the road. But there were points that I was like, this is a 1 star read. I'm not going to lie. I mean, for me personally, nothing against the author, nothing against anything. I just didn't really love it. But again, something happens later in the book, kind of a cool scene that made me put it at a low, low, low 3. White Horse by Erica T. Worth. I read Wade in the Water by Tracy K. Smith. This is poetry. She was the Poet Laureate of the United States. This was my first getting back into poetry read. So some of this might be that. It just, again, it just wasn't necessarily for me. Like it didn't hit perfect for me. Again, 3 stars, nothing wrong with it. This is Wade in the Water by Tracy K. Smith. This is a reread for me. Stayed about the same, 3 stars. Stephen King, The Tommyknockers. Not going to go into it. It's well, I guess I am because I said not going to go into it. Then I started going into it. But this is like Stephen King's science fiction alien ship type book. It was the first one I ever read, so it's got a magical, very very nostalgic place in my heart. But 3 stars. Stephen King doesn't even like this book. Look that up. All right. I read Wake Up and Open Your Eyes. This is a cool horror book, really kind of focusing on the divisiveness that we experience every day today. Let's just get straight to it. Republicans, Democrats, liberals, conservatives, left, right, Fox News, MSNBC News. Um, you know, this really looks at that as well as like the effects of social media, the effects of um, my phone fell out of my pocket. The effects of the phone, man, the phone, having it in your hand all the damn time. Good Lord. I tell you, it's funny because I think every generation of parents thinks I'm going to be better than my parents. I'm going to be cooler than my parents. But I feel like for us, for my generation of parents, like the phone thing, that was brand new. We didn't know how to deal with that. That was, and then, it's, I use an analogy of, I'll be cool. Shit, I hid my tattoos from my parents for years. I was like, I'll be cool. And kids nowadays, they want face tattoos. So it's like every time you think, hey, I'll be a cool parent or hey, I'm a, I won't, hate their music, right? And then we get mumble rap and face tattoos. So anyway, wake up and open your eyes. It's a 3 star read for me. I read The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead. This is a Pulitzer winning book from 2020. It's the 6th read in my Pulitzer read through where I'm reading all the Pulitzer winning books starting in 2024 and going backwards. This was a 3.5 ish for me. I liked it. It's but the weird thing is it's about this reformatory school for boys in Florida where African American inmates without or juvenile delinquents are just horribly treated, beaten, in some cases killed. But it's a very it's only 230 240 pages maybe. It's a really kind of like tight look at that. And I think the reason for me it wasn't higher is because I read The Reformatory by Tanana Rivedu, and that one is an excellent book, in my opinion, my favorite book from last year. So, had I not read that one, would this one be higher? Maybe. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. 3.5 stars, Nickel Boys, Colson, Whitehead. All right, just a little bit in front of that, I got my two Pulitzer reads side by side in the stack. The Night Watchman by Luis Erdrich. This is uh, another Pulitzer winner. It won in 2021. And it's about Native Americans, reservation life, and um, a group of Native Americans kind of fighting for what the government promised them. The government's trying to take it away, but the cool things with these books is they kind of got this overlying theme: African Americans in a horrible reformatory in Florida, Native Americans on the reservation and fighting with the government. The government's trying to free them, which basically means undoing the shit they promised them when they put them on the reservation in the first place. Um, but you get all these cool interior stories, cool glimpses of what that was like. Yeah, for me, so like this was probably the best example that I've ever read personally of like a good picture of what reservation life must have been like. So, The Night Watchman by Louise Erdrich, 3.5 stars. Shit. All right, so now we're going into some books that I called 4 stars. Um, I read King of Souls by Brian Knight. This is another very short novella. I did not know Brian Knight. I picked this up on a whim. It's another very hard to come by out of like 300 paperback that I just on a whim picked up on Pango for $1. But this is a horror story about a man. He's lost his daughter uh, years ago, and he gets a phone call one morning, and it's her, and he goes to this really cool place as far as horror setting goes to try to find his daughter, and it's short, like under 50 pages, and this was right at 4 star read for me. All right, a little bit higher than that. Like I said, I'm getting into nonfiction. I'm getting a little bit into some self growth stuff. I read Atomic Habits by James Clear. And this was again another 4 star read for me. It is what it is. I mean, make little tiny changes to your life, and you'll have exponentially better results, right? So it's a lot of common sense, but also why didn't I think of that type of shit? So Atomic Habits, James Clear. My phone's going, or my computer's going crazy. I read the classic In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. This was 4 stars for me. It's true crime, historical fiction. It was kind of billed as being the first I'm sorry, not historical fiction, nonfiction. It was kind of billed as being the first nonfiction novel. I mean, it's a nonfiction story, but it's written like a novel, and with the dialogue and everything, some of it you're kind of like, well, how in the hell did Truman Capote get that type of stuff? So I don't know if it's embellished. I don't know. I haven't really done the research on it. I haven't reviewed it yet. I just finished it this week, but 4 stars for me. In Cold Blood, Truman Capote. All right, book 3, Storm of Swords, Game of Thrones, George R. Martin. This one's got all the cool deaths in it. I mean, the Red Wedding, the demise of Joffrey, Oberyn Martell versus the Mountain. There's more. I'm drawing a blank, but Peter Baelish, Petor Baelish, and Liza at the Erie. Anyway, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. So for me, it was probably my favorite of the 3 books so far. 1,200 pages, 4 stars. A Storm of Swords. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. When I finished this, I gave it 3 stars. It's in the 4-star stack today because I mean, some things you just I don't know. I really like this book, but I read it probably as a ninth grader, So, um, I mean, it's a great book. It's a great book for teaching children about social injustice and racism and all those things. I don't know. I enjoyed it, but I don't know. I think maybe as a 48-year-old man, it may have kind of dropped a little bit. Is that fair? I don't know. Anyway, To Kill a Mockingbird, Harper Lee. I've got a cool copy here that I picked up for my wife. This is the 40th anniversary edition signed Harper Lee. Seed by Anya Alborn. Again, this was my 5th Alborn read. It is close to my favorite. I still think Within These Walls is my favorite, but this you get the creepy kid possession type stuff, but it's not just a one-time thing. This is generational evil that has been passed down from father to daughter, from mother to father to daughter, and so on and so forth. So Seed by Anya Alborn. Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. Setting. I've always said I'm a setting guy. The Overlook Hotel, one of my favorite places of all time. This was just a cool take on a haunted house story in a sprawling IKEA-like store. And then just, it's one of those things like where it was kind of witty and funny and had some banter up front, and then a switch flips, and holy shit, the depth, the width, the the massiveness of this haunting and how it manifested itself. It was pretty cool. So Horror Store, high 4 stars for me. And then finally, the only book I gave 5 stars, Everything is Waiting for You by David White. This is poetry. It just hit absolutely perfect for me. I've got a review up for it where I read a couple of the poems from the book. Check this out. Everything is Waiting for You, David White. That is it. 17 books. That was my March of 2025. I will see you back at the end of April. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you checking out my videos. Like, subscribe, comment. Trying to grow this thing. I hit 1,700 subscribers this week, which is cool. Yeah, so thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying all your books, all of them, as much as I am. If not, you're reading the wrong damn books.